Hello and welcome to School Health Presents Talkin Tech with Dr. Ray. Today's Talkin Tech is actually going to focus on something that's a little bit lower tech. We're going to be talking about face masks and the idea of face shields, how they can work together, which one is better, or which one is going to be more optimal for your particular situation, because that's the better question to be asking. So when I get asked about face masks, first of all, here's what you need to know. Couple of different types of face masks out there. This is a surgical mask, 3-ply. It is basically meant to be used one time, and then at the end of that day, tossed away. A new one is to be used after that. So the idea behind that type of face mask, why it's 3-ply, is again, you've got that filtration system going back and forth. Anything coming out of your mouth is being caught. Anything that is being sent towards your mouth is being stopped. When you wear a mask like this, or the cloth mask we'll talk about, always make sure too, your nose is covered. It's always amazing when I see people wearing masks and they're wearing them like this. The nose actually sends out some of the droplets too. So that's a surgical mask. Some of you have seen the N95 masks, which are the masks that oftentimes our first responders will use. Those are the filtered masks that are out there. The surgical masks are a little bit more appropriate for what we'll be doing with some of our students coming in, because they're less expensive and they can be used back and forth. We also have cloth masks. You may have, if you've seen some of the other videos, seen my Harry Potter mask. I also have my Cleveland Indians mask. So we've got some other masks that are out there. Cloth masks are going to be effective to a degree. And what I mean by that is they're the least effective because most of them are handmade. So you're not seeing the actual filtration types of features that the other masks have, but they still work because they're catching things as they're coming out of your mouth and protecting you against anything coming in. So you want to be aware they can be used, and the fact that they can be washed is also a very positive thing. You probably want to wash them every single day as you're dealing with individuals. Face shields have come up over the last couple of weeks. We've seen several different articles about them. The research behind face shields is actually some of the newer research. Masks go back a little bit further, but face shields are great in the sense that they can protect the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, especially if someone is sneezing directly or coughing or even just sending those droplets toward you. From 18 inches away, they are about 96% effective. From about 6 feet away, according to that research, they're about 92% effective. So they can be added as part of what you're doing too. I will get people saying, well, which one's better? It's not a case of which one's better, because what we've got to remember, especially for our exceptional students, is that it becomes a sensory issue then too. And for some of our students, it may be easier to wear a mask than it is to wear something on their head. It just depends on where that sensory feedback is. The other thing you've got to recall too with a face shield is the fact that you've got that internal movement of those droplets going back and forth. That can pull up, and it's very interesting. I read one article that said, oh, it's so easy to clean. Well, if you've got a student who is constantly fogging up, you're constantly then taking it off of them. They've got it off of them for a little bit and then putting it back on. That can also cause some issues with some of our exceptional individuals. You'll see a lot of professionals in the field actually have both the mask and the face shield on to add another layer of protection. Well, that's for our professionals. You don't need to be getting that for every single child. So be aware of that too as you're looking at face shields. The other thing that you want to recognize is the fact that with the mask, you are protected for somebody who's coming in off the side of you. The face shields actually go back. Another thing you want to be aware of with face shields is that not all of them are cleanable. And some of them are actually designed to be used one time and then tossed away. So we have a lack of understanding with that. They are still can be very appropriate for what's going on. They can actually give more vision, more of a sense. Don't forget too, there are clear masks that are out there. Those clear masks actually allow for the mouth to be seen. Great for our individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing so they can still see what's being said from our lips. Also great for some of our individuals, perhaps on the autism spectrum. or with Down syndrome or with some other cognitive or intellectual issues where not seeing a mouth move can actually cause concern or can cause a lack of understanding that can lead to escalations. So when the question comes in, should I get face masks or should I get face shields? The answer is what's going to work best for your students. Then when the question comes in and says, okay, well, it's face masks, which ones work? Well, again, they work. What you just want to be careful of, make sure they're 3-ply, make sure they're properly filtered, and actually get pieces that will work best for your students. And recognize that some students aren't going to like things going over their ears, so have extenders with them. Some of your students aren't going to like this being covered up, so a face shield may be more appropriate. Some of your students just aren't going to like any of it and won't understand. And we've got to work with them and try and help them understand how we need to move forward. So, Talkin Tech today, face masks, face shields, find the things that are going to work best for the individuals with whom you're working. Find the things that are going to work best for you too, because you're the ones out on the front line working with these students or these individuals every single day. You've got to have something that you feel confident in too. Thank you for all that you're doing. Look forward to seeing you on the next Talkin Tech with Dr. Ray.